So, ideally, just have a chair, okay, just so you've got something to hold on to, all right? But if you've got a wall or something else, then that is also fine. All right then, so I've got a dodgy broken chair, but we'll be fine with that. Okay, so to start off with, we're just going to get our mobility going, okay? So again, head to toe, getting all the joints moving. So to start with, what you're going to do is you're going to take your chin and you're going to draw a semicircle, the bottom half of a circle, okay? So start by looking over to one shoulder, then drop your chin all the way down to your chest, take it slowly through and bring it over to your other shoulder. So you end up drawing a semicircle, just the bottom half with your chin. Okay, really push it so that you're keeping it as close to your chest as you can. And really look over each shoulder. Once more. Okay, and now we're going to do a top of the semicircle with your forehead. Okay, so looking over to one side, bring it up all the way over to the other side. Should have worn some sunglasses. Okay, so you're doing the top half of a circle with your head. Take it all the way up and to the side. So hopefully this will feel a little bit easier than a whole head circle. Sometimes doing a head circle, you can get a bit dizzy. Lovely stuff. And looking back to the front. Okay then, moving to our shoulders. So one hand, you're going to take it straight towards the opposite thigh. Okay, just by the hip. Then keeping that elbow as straight as you can, take it in a diagonal line up, so it points maybe to 10 o'clock. Okay, so then bring down, cross your body, keep that elbow straight, and then take it back up again. Okay, make sure you keep that elbow straight. Okay, and try and get your hand as far back as you can. So we're just doing in a diagonal arm swing. Keep it slow and steady. This is just going to open out your chest. Okay. Couple of times. Really stretch up and out to the side. We'll do one more this side. Good, and then we'll swap over. So, hand opposite side. Take it up, and then across. Nice and steady. Really push back when it's at the top. Lovely stuff. Okay then, so we are going for a little bit to do with our core now, so getting our middle moving. So you're just going to have your legs in a slight split stance, so just widen your legs, one foot further in front than the other, just gives you a nice stable base. Now with both your hands, what you're going to do is you're going to reach up above you, okay, and then push your hips behind, bend at your waist, and you're going to reach towards the camera, okay? Then come back up, okay, and then bend at your waist forward. So if I turn sideways, so I come up like so, and then I push my hips behind me as I reach forward, okay? So I'm not leaning like this. Push your hips back and reach forward. Then you come up and then forward, okay? Just get your back waking up and your core working, okay? Really try and stretch up tall. And then really try and stretch forward as you do so. One more. Good, and slowly back up. Okay then. So with this next one, you might need to hold on to something if you want a bit more support. So we're going to open out your hips and your knees, okay? So what we're going to do first of all is you're going to lift up into just a shallow knee raise, okay? So you're not coming too high. Sorry, I've got the dodgy chair here. So not coming up too high. And then you're going to straighten your knee, okay? Then bring them back together. Then taking the other leg, bring it up, just a shallow knee raise, and straighten your knee, then back down. So it's almost like a kicking action, I guess. So up, straighten your knee, then back down, then the other foot up, straighten out, and back down. So now we're getting your thighs working, okay, because they're having to lift your leg, and also your thigh straightens out your knee. So it's getting that working as well. Do a couple on each side. Keep it steady. Really try and stretch out when you kick your leg out, okay? Try and get that knee as straight as you can. Good stuff. Okay then. So what we're going to do now is working on the ankles. So hopefully, I think you should be able to see my feet in the camera. So we're going to try and tap the 4 parts of our foot on the floor. So you've got the top, the bottom, the sides, okay? So for the top, what you're going to do is take your foot behind, point your toe, and try and, you probably won't be able to get there unless you've got really flexible ankles, but you're trying to tap the top of your foot on the floor, okay? So you'll really need to point your toe, tap it, and then back, okay? The second one is a heel tap. So tap your heel, bring those toes as much to the ceiling as you can, really pointing your toes upwards, okay? Then the last 2, you're going to tap the outside edge of your foot on the floor, which is hopefully a little bit easy, okay? And then the harder one, pretend you're trying to tap the inside edge of your foot on the floor, okay? So we'll start again from the top. So the first one, take your foot behind you, point your toes as much as you can, and try and tap the top of your foot on the floor. Now mine doesn't get there, but that doesn't matter. The point is I'm pointing my toes as much as I can, okay? Second one is my heel taps the floor, toes pulling up to the ceiling as much as you can. Third one, I'm going to turn the sole of my foot inwards and try and tap the outside edge of my foot on the floor. Then the last one, the hardest one, you're going to turn your sole of your foot outwards and try and tap the inside of your foot, okay? So it gets your foot moving to the extremes in all directions. So we'll go with the other foot. So first one, foot behind you, point your toe as much as you can, try and tap the top of your foot on the floor. Then take it through, place the heel of your foot on the floor, bring those toes towards you as much as you can. Third one, turn the sole of your foot inwards and tap the outside edge of your foot on the floor. Then the last one, turn the sole of your foot outwards and try and tap the inside edge. Do this side once more. So, foot behind, tapping the top of your foot on the floor. Then foot in front, tap the heel, bring those toes up. Third one, tap the outside edge of your foot. And the last one, tap the inside edge of your foot. Good. Okay, so there are our mobility exercises out the way. So now we move on to balance. Okay, so just to warm ourselves up, get our brains thinking about balance, we're going to go back to our single leg stand, okay, like we did in the beginning. So have something around you to hold on to, all right? Don't mind which foot you start with, but one of them is going to slide behind you, okay? Place all your body weight on that front foot, and you're going to lift that heel off the floor. Now today we'll still do 30 seconds per leg, okay? Just so this one will get you kind of in the zone of balancing, all right? So get in the right position, one foot flat in front of you, other foot behind. Now raise that back foot off the floor, and off we go for 30 seconds. So same thing as before, it is your choice how much you hold on, okay? But ideally, you're going to use the least amount of support that you can manage with, all right? Just check the internet's going now, the door's shut. I think we're okay. Trying to balance just on that one foot. Last few seconds. Good, okay then, lovely. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me okay. Or have I stopped? Oh, I've got no reaction. Can you still all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me and see me. Yeah, we got a thumbs. Okay, perfect. Lovely. All right then. So we will do the other foot. So swapping over, sliding the other foot backwards. Okay, getting ready to take that off the floor. Shift your body weight onto your flat foot and off we go. And breathe. So again, how much do you really need to hold on? Test yourself. Third week of doing these. 10 seconds to go. Very good. Lovely. Okay then. So now we're in our brains are thinking about balancing. Okay. Our next one that we're going to do is our side leg raise. Now, if you've done my circuit classes, we do this as a continuous sort of quicker movement to get our leg muscles working. But this time we're going to turn it into a balance exercise. So you need to start with your feet close together. Okay. Have whatever you're holding on to, have that just next to you. Okay. Now, I'm not fussed about how far you take your leg out. Okay. I just want there to be a sizable gap between your feet. Okay. So without shifting your body weight too much, what I'd like you to do is take your leg out to the side. Okay. So we're going to hover there. We're not going to do it for 30 seconds because I think your legs might fall off. Mine certainly will. Okay. So you're going to take your leg out to the side and try and balance on that standing leg. Good. Bring it in. Okay. You'll shake. Your legs do get tight on this one. So we'll do shorter bursts, but we'll do more of them. Okay. So now we're going to lift the other leg. So standing on the opposite side, take your leg directly outwards. Okay. And hold it there. Good. Coming back in. Give them a shake. And we'll go back to the first leg. So again, have a look in your cameras if you can see yourself in the corner, and just notice, are you shifting? Because a lot of you will try and do this. Okay. So try and keep your body the same and just take that leg out to the side. So that it should look like from your upper body, you haven't changed position. Okay. Good. Bring that foot back in and we'll go to the other side. So take it out, pause there, relax and breathe, and then foot back in. Very good. Okay, we'll keep those short because I don't know about you, but I can start feeling it around the side because those muscles are having to hold me upright. Okay, so this next one. Hopefully you've got a bit of space around you. Okay, this time we're going to go for nice and simple walking backwards. Okay, so safety first, obviously. What you need to make sure you've got is some space around you where you're not going to walk into anything. You might only be able to do a couple of steps of backwards walking. That doesn't matter, okay? But just make sure you've got a bit of space where you're not going to hit anything. Second thing is please, please, please go slowly. Things go wrong when you go quick. If they go slow, you've got time to work out where you're going, all right? So I'm going to stay facing the camera. I'm going to come forward and I'm going to be walking behind me. So this is another trick, is that I can now see when I'm going to hit something because I've got the camera in front of me, okay? So you're going to take, I'll crouch down so you can see. You're going to take small steps backwards. You're going to go slowly, okay? And you're going to keep your body upright facing forward. Don't look down, look forward, okay? So take your time, slow steps, walking backwards. Now, as I do this, my toes hit the ground first, then I roll onto my back foot as my front foot peels up, okay? So actually, I've got quite a lot of feet on the ground the whole time, okay? So I'll come forward, I'm gonna walk backwards again. So my toes go down first, I roll my back foot, and then my toes come up on my front foot, then I put my toes down and I roll. So it should feel, if you're going steady, you should feel fairly confident, okay? It's one of those things, we never really think about doing it, but a lot of people struggle to keep their body weight in the center whilst they're walking backwards, which then has a problem. You know, let's say you're about to cross the road, all right, and then a car starts to come, so you've got to quickly step backwards. If you don't ever step backwards sort of in practice, then you're likely to fall, you're likely to lose your balance, okay? So this just helps you get that awareness. Okay, finish up where you are and come back to where you would normally stand. Lovely. Okay, we are flying through these. Next one, we are going to do a familiar exercise. We are going to do our flamingo swing. So this one is standing on one leg next to something to hold on to, okay? Your leg, whichever leg you choose, is going to come up into a knee raise, then take it back down, but don't touch the floor, and flick into a hamstring curl. Okay, take it through, don't touch the floor, lift up into a knee raise, then through and into a hamstring curl. Okay, so your leg is swinging forwards and back, but don't touch the floor. Okay, I cheated there, I lost my balance as I turned to look at you. Good, so keep it going the whole time. We'll do a couple more seconds of this. So it swings, but it stays in one position. Doesn't touch the floor. Lovely. Okay, give your foot a shake. Then we're going to change to the other leg. All right. So some of you might find that you have to hold on with this one. I do when I'm turning my head, but others of you may find actually you don't need to. And whilst you're shifting your body weight, you can actually maintain balance. So give it a go with the other leg. So bringing the leg up, through behind you, flick the heel, then bring up into a knee raise. Behind and flick, up, knee raise. Back and flick, up, knee raise. Back and flick, knee raise. We'll do one more cycle. Now forward and down. Good. So all of these, you can see, we go from the basic stand on one leg to then, can you maintain that balance on one leg whilst other things are going on? Okay. So we've done, can you stand still? We've done, can you stand while your leg goes out to the side? We've done, can you stand whilst your leg goes forward and back? Now what we're going to do is standing still, but with a head turn, okay? So a little bit of a difference from our single leg stand. We're going to go back to that heel toe tandem stand, where one foot is directly in front of the other, okay? So first things first, whichever leg you prefer, take that one in front of your other foot, as if you're standing on a tightrope, okay? You can have a small gap between your heel and your toe, or you can have them touching, don't mind. You choose whichever you feel is better for you. Now, just take a second to just find your balance in that position. Equal body weight between both feet, okay? Now what we're going to do is, imagine there's a clock all around you, okay? So you've got 12 o'clock in front of you, 6 o'clock behind, okay, then 3, then 9. You're going to turn your head only, okay, to the 11 o'clock and the 1 o'clock position. So you turn your head to 11 o'clock, then it comes through 12, then it goes to 1 o'clock. Then comes back through to 11, then through to 1. Now I've picked 11 and 1 just so you have a very small direction to turn your head to start with. So get used to that feeling. So your head moves continuously from side to side, just a little shallow movement, nothing too large, and see how that affects your balance. You might not, you may find that's fine, although some of you it might really throw off your balance and you think, hang on a minute, why is this suddenly so difficult? Okay, relax on that one, give your feet a little wiggle. We're going to try that again, but with the other foot in front. Now you have a choice. If you found that easy and you didn't think it really affected your balance, then what you're going to do this time is widen where you turn your head. So maybe go from sort of the 10 o'clock to the 2 o'clock position, or maybe even the 9 and the 3, okay? If you found that just turning your head from 11 to 1 was tricky, then just stick with that, okay? So, other foot goes in front, standing one behind the other. Shift your body weight so you're even across both feet, and off you go with those head turns. So I'm going to widen mine just a little bit, but I'm going to keep going slow. If I go quick, it just doesn't give me a chance to work out where I'm going. So you can stick with a shallow turn or widen that turn. We've got the added trickiness of the floor underneath us isn't completely flat. So we're trying to balance on uneven floor and turn our head. Couple more head turns side to side. Widen it as much as you dare, but keep everything within your comfortable limits. Very good. Okay. So, next one is a familiar one. We are going to do a toe walk. So that involves you coming up on the balls of your feet, okay, like a calf raise, and then you're going to go on a stroll, okay? So you can walk in straight lines. You can do a circuit around your living room, okay? The whole time, really challenge yourself to not let your heels touch the floor, okay? You might find your calves get tired, in which case that's fine. Just drop your heels for a second and then pick back up again. But if you can keep your heels off the floor, then that's a good workout for your calves, okay? We'll do one more circuit. Some of you might be cheating slightly and having your heels only just off the floor. Really try and push them up. Imagine you're in stilettos. All of you gentlemen will know what I mean. Good stuff. Okay, drop your feet. You might need to give your feet a little wiggle if your calves have got a bit tight. That was good. All right then. Moving on, we have grapevine taps. So again, hopefully you can see my feet. It's very difficult to see where I am. So last week we did steps. So we crossed the foot over and we stood to the side. What we're going to do this week is instead of stepping across, you're just going to tap, okay? So your foot comes in front, tap it to the side as if you're doing a little casual stand, okay? Then it comes back and it taps to the other side. So it comes across, taps, and then taps to the opposite side. Can you all see that? Okay. So this time again, we're focusing on standing on that one leg, but now we're crossing over and shifting the body weight by waving this other leg around. It's a little bit like the hip circles we did, but now we're crossing over. So get going with this. Few taps to this side, then we'll swap over and we'll do the other side. If you really want a challenge, don't let your foot touch the floor, okay? So it just swings, it doesn't touch the floor. Good, relax that foot, give it a shake. And then we'll do the other foot. So, again, you've got two options. One is to tap the floor. The other is just to hover. The hover will make it slightly harder. Off we go. You can always start by tapping, get your bearings, and then go to a hover. Really try and cross that foot over and out to the side. Of course, as always, holding on if you need to, with as much or as little grip as you see fit. One more. Lovely, very good. Okay then, last one in our list of balance exercises, we have a heel stand. So opposite to your toe stand. This time, be very careful when you start this. You're going to be raising your toes and the balls of your feet off the floor, okay? I don't know if you can see that with me there, okay? Now, common errors, as soon as you lift your toes off, is that you fall backwards. So to counteract that, you need to preempt that that's going to happen and slightly lean very slightly forward with your upper body. Not like this, okay? Just a little bit forward. Now I struggle doing this one without holding on, okay? But for me, it does just need a fingertip and my brain goes, oh, we're fine. So it depends on how much you need, okay? So we won't do this for time. We'll just have a practice of this one because it's a bit of an odd position if you're not used to it. So you start off looking ahead, take up grip if you need, lean forward very, very slightly. I'm talking centimeters. Then bring those balls of your feet off the floor and just hold on your heels. When you're in that position, if you feel okay, then just try and bring your body weight upright slightly. Okay, good. And drop your toes down. Little walk on the spot. And then we're going to go again. So, looking straight ahead. Take up your grip. Body weight very slightly forward. Then bring those balls of your feet off the floor. Then see how straight you can get your body. Just hold on your heels. Good, down, little walk, and we'll do one more, okay? So, straight ahead, holding on, body weight forward very slightly, lift those toes, body weight straight up, and breathe. Good stuff, well done. So in future weeks, what we might do is do some heel walking. So like when we walked on the balls of our feet, then we'll walk on our heels, okay? The reason that that one's quite useful, again, it's similar to when you walk backwards, okay? Say you're about to cross the road and then a car comes and you've got to come back, you naturally go on your heels. So if we never practice coming onto our heels, then the next time we do it, you're just gonna keep going backwards, okay? So it's kind of finding out what we do in life that makes us unsteady and then replicating them in an exercise so that if that happens, your body goes, oh yeah, we know how to balance because we did this before, all right? So now we come on to our stretches. So same stretches as last week because there's not that many ways to stretch the same muscles, okay? So first one is your calf stretch. So one foot comes behind you, glue that heel to the floor, then you're leaning gently forward. If you need to, take a bit of a wider stance with your legs, and you're just relaxing into it. Try and look ahead, feeling a stretch in your back calf. Just hold and breathe. We'll go for about 20 seconds, give you a chance to really relax into it. Good, okay, changing legs, one foot behind, glue to the floor, lean forward, relax and breathe. 20 seconds. All right then, okay. Next one is our hamstring stretch. So leg comes out in front of you, have that leg nice and straight. You're going to push your hips behind you, okay? With your hands, they are going to go on your bent leg, okay? Pushing those hips behind. Feel that all the way down the back of your outstretched leg. And again, just relax and breathe. And swapping legs. Good, coming back up. Okay, we are going for our quad stretch. So that leg is going to kick behind you. Okay, you're going to grab hold of your foot or your ankle, and you're going to try and relax as much as you can in that position. Try and keep your body up as straight as you can. I know that can be quite difficult, so just see what you can do. Okay, changing sides. Good stuff. Okay, side reach. So you're going to have your feet nice and wide. Okay, let's go. Let's do right hand first. So put your left hand on your hip. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to reach with your right hand towards the left. Okay, so my legs stay fairly straight. The way I do it is I push my hips to the side. Imagine you're trying to shove somebody with your hip. You're trying to shut that kitchen door. Shove it closed. Okay, so you push it to the side and you reach, and then you come back. Again, shove that kitchen door shut. Reach across and back. Reach and back. Good. We'll do two more. So for this one, I can feel this all the way down the side. It's actually quite nice for me. It feels quite nice. And that's how stretches should feel. You should feel like, oh yeah, that's hitting the spot. Okay, lovely. Let's switch sides. So right hand goes on your waist. Remember this time you're shoving the other way. So push and reach, then come back. Push, reach, back, and again. Oh, it's quite nice now the sun's gone in. It was getting a bit like a sauna with the sun beating on us. We'll do one more. Very good. Okay, we have T-spine rotation. So upper body twists, this one is, but with our slight change of holding on to something. So two options. Easiest one is hands on your thighs. Okay. Second option is hands on your chest. So either way, one hand is going to stay still. The other hand, turn your head towards it. Don't take your eyes off of your hand. So your head and your hand both turn towards the sky. Then they come back down together. We're going to stick with that hand, turn towards the sky. So if I do it on my knee, so as Jono's doing, you see my whole body, upper body twists. If I turn my hand and not my head, okay, I can do it, but it only is just my arms, not my chest. So fix your hand, your head to your hand and twist together. Keep it steady. Again, this one feels quite nice for me. My shoulders are quite forward rounded, so this one really opens me out. Gives me a nice stretch. One more this side. And then we switch to the other side. So again, whether you're using the chair or your knees, one hand stays fixed. Look at the other hand, turn together. Now I find this side a lot harder. So I'm obviously not very symmetrical, which none of us really are. It's just luck of the draw, which ones you find easier and which ones you find harder. Good, we'll do one more of these. Lovely stuff. Okay, last two. Oh, the sauna's back. We're in the sun again. So, hands together, like you're doing an odd prayer. You're going to open out and push those arms back as much as you can. Okay, remember, I don't want an arching body like this. Body stays straight. You just push from your chest. Trying to think of ways to help you make sure you're doing it right. So imagine something's trying to burst from your chest, okay? And you're really puffing it forward. Put chest only. You can experiment as well. Try lifting your elbows higher and see if you get a better feeling that way. Or have your arms down and see, just see, because you're all different in terms of where's tight. But for me, if I lift my elbows up slightly, I get a better stretch just into my armpit, just across my chest, and that feels quite nice to me. But play around with it, see what you can feel. Stretching is quite individual in terms of what positions you need to get in. Couple more. Really stretch backwards, don't forget to experiment. Elbows up or elbows down. Good, okay, let's give them a little shake. And we have our final one of our military press or overhead press. So, remember what I said before about this one? Imagine you're flat back against a wall, all right? Both hands are gonna slide up the wall behind you, slide them down so you can see, until they come over your head. Then you slide down the wall, then your hands push up as high as you can go, then slide them down the wall again. Couple of tips, don't arch your back. Try and tuck your pelvis underneath you, okay? And that will help protect your lower back. So pelvis underneath you. Imagine you're trying to sit on your tailbone, okay? Then slide those hands up and down. For those of you like me, where your shoulders naturally round forward, this is quite difficult. We'll do 2 more of these. Focus on being steady and slow. I can feel this one in all sorts of positions, across my chest, in my back, in my arms. The main thing is I don't feel it in my lower back. Finish on this one. Very good. Well done, everybody.